Hey guys, Boss and Ramos. This Saturday, today, the Miami Dolphins are facing the Buffalo Bills at 8:15. Game will be televised on NFL Network. For those of you guys who are not in Miami, I believe people who get CBS 4 in Miami, that's where it will also be televised. I'm pretty sure. So be on the lookout for that. But just in case you don't have NFL Network, uh, tough game. Tough game. Dolphins are 8-5, 3-4 on the road, facing the Buffalo Bills, who are 10-3, 5-1 at home. Top dog in the AFC East. It's not going to be easy. And I don't know if you guys haven't heard, but it's snowing, like a lot. I mean, so much snow. I mean, just get a good look at this. So right there at Highmark Stadium, that was earlier this morning. And then on top of that, there's some videos from some fans just showing how windy it is. Snow's all over the place. Just, it's not Miami if you ask me. But it's gonna be tough. It's not what derailed the Buffalo Bills from playing when they had to play the Cleveland Browns, but it's definitely a lot of snow if you can't tell. Uh, Dolphins had this stigma against them about performing in the snow, but look at these Dolphins. I mean, just having a great time. There's some fans out there in Buffalo just throwing snowballs at each other, waddling, all that good stuff. You know, I like the spirits of those guys. Very good. They're already shoveling the snow off to the side in the stadium. More so, probably going to be on the Dolphin side to make it as cold as possible. It is what it is. That's their home field advantage. Let them have it. Dolphins have the sun as their as their 12th man essentially. Anyways, let's get up into this ESPN matchup predictor. They have the Dolphins not favored whatsoever. 22.3% chance of winning. Buffalo Bills 77.5, a tie at 0.2%. Gambling odds, I put them on there. I know it's very faint. It's hard to see it. And I don't know if you're gonna want to screenshot and zoom into it, but I'll announce it. The spread is -7 in favor of Buffalo. Money line is plus 270 for the Dolphins, minus 345 for the Buffalo Bills. Over under set at 43.5. Next video of a pregame, I will put that a little bit bigger so you guys can see the gambling odds a little bit better. Temperature at the game. Game time weather, 32 degrees. It's going to be lots of wind. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's get into some injuries. We'll start off with the Miami Dolphins. And not too crazy about these injuries. Elijah Campbell, considered a safety, but he's just a DB in general. He goes into the corner well for multiple times. He's out with a concussion. Eric Rose out with a hamstring injury. Both of those guys are considered safeties. River Craycraft, wide receiver, is listed as doubtful. Jeff Wilson, running back, listed as questionable for hip injury. And those are the major updates. Everyone else has been pretty much same listed injuries from previous games. Teddy Bridgewater, questionable with the knee injury. And Teron Armstead, offensive tackle, listed as questionable. Too many injuries to list for him. But he played last week. I'm 100% sure he's playing this week. You can put that questionable out the window. And, it's a big game, and he's going to play. Season is essentially on the line, and Teron Armstead, I don't think will miss this game for anything. So, Buffalo Bills, they have Ryan Bates, offensive tackle, out with an ankle injury. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, out with a shoulder injury. Jamison Crowder is on injury reserve with his ankle injury that he broke earlier on in the season. Good news for Buffalo Bills fans. He was at practice this past week, jogging a bit, trying to test out the ankle. So good news for Buffalo. But still, he's on injured reserve. They're hoping to get him back by the time playoffs come around. They did pick up Cole Beasley this week, so don't know what Cole Beasley did there. He he retired early on in the season. Was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Saw it wasn't it. I mean, I guess he looked into the future because he saw Tampa Bay was not going to be good this season. And then on top of that, was picked up by the Bills. Came out of retirement to go on a hopeful playoff run with the Buffalo Bills. Von Miller on injury reserve. He will be out for the remainder of the season. He tore his ACL against the Detroit Lions. Yeah, against the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. Unfortunate for them. It's big news for the Dolphins not having to worry about Von Miller coming off the edge, but the rest of the pass rushers for Buffalo Bills are still no slouch. But anyways, let's get into what both teams are averaging per game. Dolphins are averaging 24.3 points per game. Buffalo Bills 27.2. Defensive points allowed, 24 points for the Dolphins, 17 for the Buffalo Bills. Both teams are averaging almost 400 yards. Dolphins at 382, Buffalo at 407. Passing game, Dolphins have the slight edge there, 292 passing yards. Buffalo 273 passing yards. Rushing game, Dolphins slacking with 89 average, with Buffalo Bills 133, which is crazy to say that Buffalo Bills rushing game is weak when they're averaging that, but a big plus for that is when Josh Allen escapes the pocket and gets pretty much almost 10 yards every time he does that, and he does that a couple times a game. Defensively, yards allowed, 368 for the Dolphins, 338 for the Bills. 260 passing for the Dolphins, 238 passing for the Bills. 108 rushing for the Dolphins, 99.8 rushing for the Bills. As the story goes, Dolphins have been on this 3-game road trip, and this caps it off, and so far it has not been good. Dolphins went into this road trip 8-3, and now are heading into the last one 8-5. Not so good. It's very unfortunate. Something needs to change. And needs to change tonight. Buffalo Bills have won 4 of their last 5. Dolphins have won 3 of their last 5, but are coming off a 2-game losing streak. So things need to change. Tyreek Hill not listed on the injury report. Same thing with Jalen Waddle, which is amazing. Good news to hear. But an emphasis needs to be on the running game today. That's one of the keys to victory. Run the dang ball. The weather is not in your favor, so passing the ball is not going to be ideal. There's been multiple games in Buffalo with weather like this that hasn't been faithful to the passing game, and the Dolphins need to understand that. In these last 2 weeks, the running game has been non-existent. How do you combat that? Run the damn ball. You can't open up a game against one of the worst rushing defenses. I'm talking about last week, by the way. Open up the game against one of the worst rushing defenses in terms of allowing rushers getting yards, so on and so forth, and not run the ball in the first 3 plays. You go through 3 straight passes. That's not good coaching. You need to establish the running game. I don't care if it's not efficient. Establish the running game. The defenses were just sitting on the passes, sitting in the zones that Tua likes to throw into. Establish the running game will, slow that down of teams just dropping into those zones that Tua likes to just throw into Tyreek and Waddle in those quick routes, So, run the ball. Obviously, protect Tua. Get out of this game healthy. Cannot have any more knick-knack injuries, any more of those type of things happening in this game, because it will literally plummet the Dolphins' season if that happens. So, offensively, run the ball, protect Tua, and get out of there healthy. I don't care if the Dolphins win or lose tonight. It's all about getting out healthy, because you can lose this game, but you cannot lose the last 3 at all. Like, if you lose this one, that's it. Like, you have to win out and get into the playoffs. Defensively, Buffalo Bills don't have the greatest rushing game. I know I said they have 133 yards average rushing, I believe, a game, but that is a little bit skewed because their running backs aren't doing much. It's more so Josh Allen escaping, so contain him. Hopefully, with all the snow on the ground, it's going to be a little bit more beneficial to the Dolphins, stopping him from getting outside the pocket as much. I'm expecting them to clear the field as much as possible, but there's also expected to be about 7 inches of snow during the game. So at that point, they can't clear the field. So if that being said, limits the mobility of a guy like Josh Allen. So if he ever does get out of the pocket, try to limit his gains. I know he's going to get out a few times, but just limit the gains. Their running game is shaky because they're not confident in Devin Singletary and not confident in James Cook, Naheem Hines either. So they're not too crazy about it. But given the weather conditions, may have to resort to just running the ball mostly. So that's something that the Dolphins could capitalize. Defense needs to be aware. Always we're looking where the ball is. And just score more points than the Buffalo Bills. So run the damn ball. Don't care if it's not efficient. Just run the ball. Establish a running game. Better said. Protect Tua. Don't want him getting hurt. He's been getting a little bit more hit here and there, and it's not looking good. Get out of there healthy. Big deal. Big deal. Doesn't matter win or loss. Get out healthy. Contain Josh Allen. Yep. Stop their rushers. Yep. And score more points. Ta-da. Dolphins win the game. I wish it was that easy. It would be great. But, yeah, just look forward to this game. Big AFC East game. In terms of standings, Dolphins are right behind the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is 10-3. And with a win today, they pretty much damn near secure the division. There's a few things that have to still happen for that to happen. But Miami is 8-5. With a win here, they slim the lead between the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills to about one game. Dolphins have the tiebreaker, so if that ever comes into effect, after this game, the Bills have the Bears, who I don't think the Bears are going to beat the Bills, but the Bengals may have a chance, and maybe the Patriots. So, it very well could come down to the line, and it being Miami Dolphins could snatch the division at the last second. Don't want to be delusional and say it's going to happen, but, the possibility is out there. Miami just needs to win out. And then on top of that, Buffalo obviously losing one of these games to the Miami Dolphins. And then on top of that, I think the Bengals game is the one that more than likely could be a loss for them. But we just got to see. This Buffalo Bills team is not the teams of the past couple of years that they've been pretty dominant. They hang around in there and they come out with a win at the end, but it's not a very dominating win. So this is something that we need to see going down the line if any of this is a possibility. But more so concerned about the Dolphins is just securing yourself a playoff spot. It doesn't matter if you don't win the division, just secure yourself a playoff spot. At the end of the day, that's all the Dolphin fans can ask for. Last time Dolphins went to the playoffs was about 6 years ago, 2016. Before then, it was almost like 10 plus years. It was about 6 years before then too. They won the division in 2010. So yeah, just want the playoffs, man. Just want the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys after the game. I'm not sure if it's going to be immediately after the game or if it's going to be in the morning. Either way, you're going to get a video after the game is over. Just bear with me. Computer was giving me difficulties last time, so that was very unfortunate. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys after the game. Peace.